It was some people I actually saw in some places on social media where some of those videos were posted, and some people were making silly comments. They are saying, is this not tyranny? Are these the people that are looking for their own country? Is this that? Is this that? They were saying all sorts of things in a bid to discredit ESN, because these people were actually disciplining the people. The videos were there. People came out, and they were disciplining them. The police, when there is what is this called? When there is a curfew, don't the police do worse? Don't the police do worse? There's a curfew. During the time of the curfew, you bring out your business to sell. They do worse than that. That is why we told you that ESN will enforce this lockdown. It's an enforcement. That's why we told you that ESN will enforce this lockdown. That is how you enforce. You enforce with discipline. You don't enforce by pleading, by saying, oh, and please, you people should go inside. No. ESN is a security force, is a security body. And a security body do not enforce an order or the law by romancing you, by talking soft with you, and all of that. So, what the ESN did by disciplining some people that were stubborn, it was on point and it is right, and it was all for your good. Some of you that were disciplined, and at the end of the day you went back to your houses, and as against these people that probably ESN did not see them early to discipline them and ask them to go back to their houses, and they fell prey to Nigerian police. Would you have preferred to be like them? You should be grateful that ESN disciplined you, or disciplined you early enough. These ones, they were not privileged to have ESN around there to discipline them. They were moving when everybody was supposed to be in the house. And what do you have? They are dead. I pray their family is able to find their bodies, so that at least they'll be able to be buried properly. Thank God somebody was able to pass this information to us, so we can inform people. So if you are around the metropolis of Oka and your person is missing, he or she went out yesterday. I did not the information, I did not get it very clear whether there are 2 females, 1 male, 3 females, 4 and 3 males, and all that, but there are actually 3 people. Now, that is just the one that we've only gotten record of. Okay, that's just the one we've only gotten record of. There could be others that we do not know about. So that is the reason you have to be very careful in times like this. When an order is given for a lockdown, you obey to stay in your houses. It will cost you nothing to stay in your house for 1 day. What is so difficult to understand? It will cost you nothing. Absolutely nothing other than coming out and risking your lives. Those ones that have lost their lives, they have lost it, they cannot get it back. Their families will have to endure that loss. That loss was unnecessary. They lost their lives for absolutely no reason whatsoever. The loss was unnecessary. Why waste your life when you can sit in your house, relax, like I told you yesterday, sit in your house, get a generator, get it filled with fuel, get food. At least with the internet now, you can stay in your house for 1 full day without going anywhere, and you will not be bored, even though you stay alone. Not to talk about when you stay with people you have maybe you have wife and children, or you are with your siblings and your parents. Come on, that is a day to sit down and have family time. This is not like the COVID-19 period. Many of you during the COVID-19 period, you couldn't go out. You didn't go out. You were so much afraid. You didn't go out. So why going out on lockdown? When we are given just one day to honor Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, one day to sacrifice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that he can be free from the shackles of DSS. So that he can be free from the shackles of DSS, and as well have our freedom. Because definitely Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming out of that place with our freedom. If not immediately, but not too long after he leaves there. This is not difficult for you to do. You're not doing it, like I told you earlier, whatever you do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you're doing for yourself. Whatever you do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are doing for yourself. Whatever you do for somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that has sacrificed his life, that has forfeited every other thing in this life, and given his whole life and his whole time. Come on, the man has gotten old in a very short time. That is a man that is blessed with youth. In a very short time, he has gotten old. Why? Because of his sacrifice for Biafra. He has given his time, his intellect, his wisdom, everything, all for you. The only thing you have to do is to sit in your house. Is that a big deal? Nobody is telling you come out in the streets, go and confront police, army, whatsoever. Nobody is telling you that. All we are saying is stay in your house. And some of you were stubborn. Why? Why were you stubborn? Mostly in the coast, it's so painful. There are some cities where it was as if nothing was happening. Many of them do not even know what it is to be free. They don't, some people are so lost that they don't even understand when you tell them that they need to be free. As in, they don't even understand it. They cannot fathom it. They know they're in a very deep shit, but they don't understand that there is a way out of this, or whether it is possible. In fact, that is exactly how I see the case of most of our people in the coast. They don't even understand, they are so much in this shit called slavery, that they don't understand what it is, what life could be outside slavery. They have so accepted this slavery that it is difficult for them to fathom what can life be. As in, is it possible for people to actually have this freedom? That is why everything they suspect, everybody, everything that you do they suspect. No matter how much you prove yourself that, oh, I am sincere, we are sincere, we can do these things together, they suspect everything. No. That one, no, you have to suspect him. He is not real. They suspect everything. Well, to an extent, I do not blame some of them, because these are people that have put their faith in many succession of people. From about 1998, when the AUG Youth Council came together and made a declaration, the Karama Declaration, and afterwards inculcated other ethnic nationalities, or many other ethnic nationalities in the coast. Many of these people, after a while, that movement gave birth to what is called militancy and the fight for resource control, the struggle for resource control, and it brought about many freedom fighters quote unquote, and different secession. This group will come up, this group will come up, this group will come up. Man, these people have put hope in many groups. This one will come up, this one will come up, story. After a while, he will sell out, and the people will go back to square one. This one will come up. Their trust have been dashed by different succession of people. Their trust have been dashed. They do not believe anybody can even fight for freedom, and many of them have accepted. And that is what the zoo does. What the zoo does is to try to see how they can discredit every movement. They go after the leader, try to bribe those under him. Once they can destroy that movement, the faith that the people have will be destroyed along with the movement. If anybody is to rise after that person, it becomes a difficult feat. You understand? It becomes difficult. This is how these things go. That is why they have held our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and what they are trying to do is to ensure that IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, crumbles. So once it does, the faith of the people for freedom will also crumble alongside with it. Then maybe if another set of people rise, they begin to ask, are you sure they are not like the other ones, or those other ones, or the other ones that came before, or those other ones that came that time? That is why, if you are a member of the indigenous people of Biafra, you have to take this thing very seriously. Now, when I say member, every Biafran is an indigenous person of Biafra. But when I say member, I mean someone that has come out to sacrifice. Because not every indigenous person of Biafra is sacrificing or is out as an activist to see to it that the nation Biafra is restored. Okay? But at every point in time, everyone is paying a price one way or the other. Just like we have it yesterday, where 98 to 99% of the people, mostly in the hinterland, obey the sit-at-home order, even though they are not activists of the indigenous people of Biafra. So everybody sat at home, activist or not. So everybody is giving, they are paying one price or the other. Okay, the people that are not ready to pay any price, that feel that this thing doesn't concern them at all, that are just a problem, are those ones that came out and died. Those ones that came out and the police killed. Then the ones that came out that were lucky to be disciplined by ASN and they went back home. But apart from that, every other person is giving one thing or the other. So that is what I mean when I say that if you are a member of indigenous people of Biafra, I am actually referring to those that are paying the sacrifice. Now, those is not only the ESN that are paying the sacrifice, okay, or maybe the unknown gunmen, because those unknown gunmen, in their own ways, they are also sacrificing. They are also sacrificing, though they may not be in the primary structure of the indigenous people of Biafra, or they may not even be members that attend meeting or that used to attend meetings, because there are no meetings anymore, mostly in Biafra land and in the wider zoo. So there are no meetings anymore. But so these people, most of them may not even be people that have even attended meeting one day, because they are just the people. So sometimes when the government say it is IPOB that is doing it, you know, it is confusing, because it is not IPOB per se that they are following the order of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The people following the order of our leader is ESN. So it is not IPOB in the sense that they are following our order or our leader's order. But they are the people. So every Biafran is an indigenous person, not Biafra. So when they say IPOB did this, that the unknown government is expected to be IPOB, they are actually saying that the citizens are reacting. Maybe they do not know, but that is what they are saying, because every Biafran is an indigenous person of Biafra. And of course, these people are not strangers. They are not people from the sky. Probably one way or the other, they are people from our societies, one way or the other, because it is people from our societies that have received the torture and the killings of these zoo police and army, mostly the police, even the army too, because when people protest, they kill. For whatever reason, you come out, you protest, army will come out and shoot you. Police will come out and shoot you. The people that were walking on their own yesterday, they were not protesting. Why did they kill them? Because they are bloodthirsty. The police is naturally bloodthirsty. They're naturally bloodthirsty. So when you come out, you endanger yourself, you'll be killed. That is exactly what happened to those three people. So it's a pity they died, but if you notice that your person went out yesterday, I know probably one person or the other must have advised them, what are you going out to do? Why don't you wait till tomorrow? See, there's nothing else. There is nothing that one cannot wait for. Anything that carried you out of your house is tempting you for you to be killed. That was the reason yesterday I made it very, very clear and very, very open that those people that are telling you, come out, come out, come out, they are not for your good. They are looking for your death. These people are looking for your death. They are looking for you to die. That is why they are telling you, come out, come out, come out, come out. And the ones that obeyed them and came out, what happened? Well, I do not think those people that came out actually came out because they obeyed them. They just came out because they just wanted to. That is, human beings are very funny. Some people will just, curfew or not, lockdown or not, some people will just come out. They will just be outside. Why are they outside? You will not know. They will just be outside. And definitely, that is why there are security forces to ensure that the law is followed. So these things are very, very simple. So the people in the coast that have, many of them have faced these successions, and many of these people, when they fall out of grace, when they start and they've been able to gain some people, then they get bribed. I have told you earlier that one of the most potent weapons of the enemy is bribe. So most of what they use in getting these people is bribe. And when these people have been able to gain some level of trust or confidence from the people, then they now bribe them. Then those people that have trusted them, their trust will not be dashed, their hopes will be dashed. But they will still be connected to these people one way or the other. So when a genuine person comes, these ones that have sold out, they begin to attack that genuine person. Because they think that everybody is like them. They think everybody is like them, and they believe that, this person is coming to get more influence, because provided that person keeps maintaining his influence over the people and keep deceiving the people, because once he has betrayed, whatever he does is deceiving the people. That's what they do. The zoo will begin to use them to deceive their people, to make them believe that they are still in the struggle. But anything that would properly go against the authority of their masters they will quell it. That is the work that they do. Then once anybody rises up, they will start fighting that person. Until you become like them, they will not stop. That is why you see people like Wazirike. Today they are saying this, tomorrow they are saying another thing. You see people like my brother Said Okupo. Today they are saying this, tomorrow they are saying another thing. That is how these failures operate. That is how they operate. But do not forget, one way or the other, one person or two people will still be believing in them, and they'll be taking advantage of that. In the coast, there are a great number of them, mostly in his own nation. A great number of these people that have risen and are risen and are risen. So, and all these people, they have one or two people that are following them. Considering their number, the number of the people that you might see on the road and you think they are just normal citizens and everything, there is one person somewhere that has betrayed, that is still believing, that is influencing their thoughts. That is the reason when somebody like E.K. Clark will talk, some people will be hailing him on the social media. How can somebody like E.K. Clark, an old man that has proved over and over again that he is not on the side of the people, when people that are not on the side of the people begin to talk and try to protect you from some other people, then you should be wise enough to know that the people that they are protecting you from are the people you should go to. When you see people like E.K. Clark trying to discourage you from IPOB or from the Biafra movement, you should know that that is the right place to go to. That is why they are discouraging you. Because a slave will never, ever encourage you to do something that will be against his master. All those Ijaw Republic, Ibom Republic, as our leader is being held in detention, are you hearing any of those? Now that our leader is being held in detention, can you hear any of those Ijaw Republic, Ibom Republic? Are you hearing anything now? Are you hearing anything from INC? Are you hearing anything from IYC? Why were they saying all those things? Distraction. Their aim is to distract you. The reason they are saying all they are saying is for the purpose of distraction. They just want to distract you from reality. I told you people that these people are not serious. They are not real. All they want to do is to divert your attention away from reality, because they are seeing that most of the people in the coast are beginning to understand that the struggle for the restoration of Biafra is the only hope. Is the only hope. IPOB is the only hope. I have said it before and I will say it again. IPOB is the only hope. If you miss this ark, you are doomed. This is like the ark of Noah. IPOB is like the ark of Noah. If you miss the ark, you are doomed. Sometimes I wonder why it is difficult for some people to see the kind of things that I see. Why is it difficult? Are you people so much into sin that you cannot see with your spiritual eyes? Are you that lost? Come on. Some even people that call themselves pastors, they can't see it. And it is worrisome. Why is it difficult for people to see this? These things are so bright, it's so clear, it's so easy. That is the reason I tell people, if you notice that you are beginning to understand what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for, why the restoration of Biafra is paramount. What ESN is doing is for you and for your generation. When you begin to see these things clearly, know that you are called. Because not everybody has the privilege to see the kind of things that you see. If you are in IPOB, you are called. You are called to restore Biafra. Now, some people can understand, because it is easier for people that are from the hinterland to understand what we are doing, to understand why Biafra is important, because many of these people, their grandparents or parents like that fought the war or saw the war of genocide, and they passed on this message to their children, told them how evil Nigeria is. In the hinterland, an average Igbo person have an understanding that Nigeria is an evil state. So after 1970 to the time when Uwazirike came up, an average Igbo man is only enduring Nigeria. They have never accepted or seen themselves fully as Nigerians. It is only pretense. They never accepted that deception, because Nigeria killed lots of Biafrans and they were not the ones that were deceived. And Igbo was the major threat, because in Biafra, once you can tame Igbo, it becomes easy to tame others, because Igbo is at the center of Biafra and it is large. So once you can tame Igbo, then the other place becomes an easy fry. So that was the strategy. So Igbo was the word that was being said on the lips of every person that wants to kill a Biafran. Many other Biafrans were killed alongside the Igbo, but many of them were killed in the name of Igbo. That is the deception. They will kill an Ijaw man, they will say that is Igbo. They will kill an Ibibio man, they will say it is Igbo. So another Ibibio man somewhere that is not related to the person that was killed, or even though he knows the person that was killed, he will think that it is a mistake. Is it a deception? The Ibibio man will think that it is a mistake, that it was mistake, that they killed the Ibibio man by mistake, that they thought he was an Igbo man. So he did not blame the man, the Fulani man that killed his Ibibio brother. He is blaming the Igbo man that is trying to fight for freedom, that now made the Fulani man confuse Igbo for Ibibio and kill the Ibibio man. Same thing with Ogoni. Same thing with every other peoples, including the coastal people, the coastal Igbos, like the Ikwere, the Anyoma, what have you. Including those people, they still blame their brothers. Instead of you to blame the person that came to kill you, if he will make a mistake, he wants to kill an Igbo man, he made a mistake to kill an Ogoni man, then he's your enemy. It means that he doesn't know the difference, so he's your enemy. You must stand by the Igbo man. Funny enough, it is only Igbos that understands that. Well, it is their name that is being called when everybody is to be killed. Why is that strategy that way? Why do they always call the name Igbo? The reason is simple. They want to make other people feel like they are not part of the problem. So this understanding was taught from childhood. In every most of the tales by moonlight, these tales by moonlight that program they were showing is the Biafran culture. I'm not sure whether in Yoruba side whether they used to do it, or in Arewa, in Fulani controlled north, whether they used to do it. But in Biafra, the tales by moonlight is our culture. As children, during the night time, when everywhere is cool, everybody will come together, and one elder or one parent thereabout begin to tell them stories. Either stories of things that have happened, or some fictions that have to do with our culture and our values. But in the hinterland, in fact, in Biafra land generally, these tales were told. The tales of the genocide of the 1960 to 70. It was told. But the tales that were told in the hinterland were quite different from the tales that were told in the coast. That is why, because in the coast, majority, what happened was, because Nigeria, the zoo called Nigeria, was able to win that war. Because the zoo called Nigeria was able to win that war, and you know, it is people that win war that tell stories. So these saboteurs, those that pointed people to be killed, that pointed their brothers to be killed, they were now the ones telling the story, because most of their brothers have been killed. You have to understand that in the coast, most of the people that stood by Biafra were killed. The other ones had to hide, and they had to keep their story to themselves and maybe to their children. Some of us were privileged to have parents that had the understanding of freedom, that knew that the Fulani man had no good for the Izon man. So the tales my dad told me is different from the tales that some Izon men told their children. The tales are different. My dad's ideology is simple. Why stand by people that are strangers, afar off? You don't know them, their culture is alien to you, you have never known them. Instead of standing by people that you have known from time immemorial, you have shared culture with, you have a lot in common with. If these people are too wicked, as the propaganda used to carry, that the Igbo was wicked, they were marginalizing us and all that. Marginalization in the kind of structure that Britain gave to us is normal. In the zoo, marginalization is normal. Any side that become majority, naturally, the other side will suffer marginalization because of the structure. It's not because anybody is wicked. That's one thing that some people don't know. In the zoo structure, marginalization is normal. It's normal. Because when everything is taken and nobody is allowed to control what is his own, then it is only the government that is allowed to control whatever resources. Like in the case of the state now, it is the state government that receives the allocation, that the federal government came to their land and allowed foreigners to come and do business and pay them tax or pay them money and all that. The money they got, they now give a little to the state government. Whoever is majority that can always be at the center in control of that government house, they are the ones that are definitely going to be controlling things. And you know the system of the zoo, he will first of all steal his own, and the other people will steal, then the remaining things he will go and develop his village. So why wouldn't there be marginalization? Tell me, why wouldn't there be marginalization? Marginalization in the zoo is normal. These are the things that we are fighting against in this movement for the restoration of Biafra. We are fighting is an all-encompassing movement. We are fighting against all these things at once. These are the things we are fighting against. Issues of marginalization will no longer exist in Biafra. Igbo is big, Igbo is big. Igbo will be a nation of their own. Ishekiri is small, Ishekiri is small. Ishekiri will be a nation of her own. You don't have to go to another man's place and go and tell him what to do. That is our system in Biafra. That was how we were able to live together in peace. And we were not killing each other. We were not killing each other. So, why would somebody now tell me that an Igbo man will suffer you because there will be majority in Biafra? Majority will mean nothing. Why? Every nation will be on her own. So, the central government, it will just be, it's just like, for instance, saying that in the EU, that some countries are marginalizing some countries because they are larger. In Europe, there are countries with smaller population and there are countries with larger population. There are countries that are richer than others. In fact, the countries that are even richer are the ones trying to pull out, saying that, oh, the countries that are not rich enough, that they are sucking them dry. Is that not the reason Britain left EU? They say that the countries that are not rich enough, that they are taking from them, that they don't want to be in this union again. The smaller countries that are not rich enough, that cannot produce as much as they can produce in terms of wealth and everything, these people are running away from them. If they are the ones marginalizing other people, would they leave EU? No, they won't. They will not. So it is the system. It is the system you operate. It is not how large the people is. This system is a slave system. Britain put this system together in order to enslave you. Britain put this system of the zoo, where majority carries the day. It is to put you against yourself, to make you to fight, so the fight will never end. And provided brothers are fighting, strangers will come and reap. Before 1967, what Britain was getting from the zoo is nothing compared to what Britain started getting from the zoo after 1970. Because when the war of genocide came, Fulani had to go into agreement with Britain. And the agreement is simple. We will continue to drill from your land free of charge. More of the percentage will come to us and you take the rest. And Fulani is okay with it. The thing is not on their land. If they had lost that war, they will have nothing. So, what do they have to lose? They need the oil. That's why they were fighting. That's why they were losing men after all. They needed the oil. So they cut any deal. They cutted any deal that they could. Britain set up the system so that there will be disagreements. And at the end of the day, people will fight. Then they will come and they will bargain. And they bargained. Until today, why they are fighting us this hard is because of the bargain that they had. It is not possible for them to have that kind of bargain with Biafra, whereby they can do anything that they want to do, spill oil on any land, on any sea, on any river, and nobody will call them to order. Definitely that cannot happen in Biafra. We can as well tell them, no problem, anything you want to do with the oil, do. But you cannot spill our land. If you do it, you have to come and take care of our land. If you are benefiting from our land and whether by omission or whatever, you spill oil on our land, you come and clean it up. If you're doing business, you must clean it up, whether you're a foreigner or you're from or you're from our land, you will clean it up, because we cannot expose our people to such dangers. Many of our people in the coast do not live long like our forefathers used to live, because of the exposure to all these oil spill. Many people die young. See, the people in the coast, you do not, I wonder how come you do not know. You know, the system of the zoo, the educational system, you know, some months ago when I started broadcasting, I started taking it from beginning and teaching people about the things that are militating against our understanding of freedom. And one of it I mentioned is our education. The education in the zoo called Nigeria is only meant to keep you in further bondage. The more educated you are, the more foolish you become. That is why in the zoo and Africa at large, you have foolish professors. You have foolish professors. The more educated you become, the more foolish. The people in the village, it is easier for them to understand the need for freedom than the lecturers that lecture people in school. Why? It is the system of education. The education is not meant to make your mind, to make you to be independent in your mind. It was meant to destroy the independence of your mind. That is the educational system. So when people get educated in the zoo and they tell you, oh, I am educated, I'm a graduate, then when you talk about freedom, they see like you are foolish, because their educational system only program their mind in a particular way. Listen to mainstream media. Anything that is not accepted from mainstream media is a lie. Listen to the government. Anything that the government goes against is a lie. These are the simple things. Even though they know in their heads that the people that get into power in the zoo are criminals. They know every now and then you will see them talking against these people in beer parlor, in the comfort of their bedrooms. They talk against these criminals, but when they come out, when you tell them that this is the solution to removing these criminals from your way and stopping them from taking advantage of you, they will fight you. Why? They are under that educational syndrome, that control that Britain programmed in our educational system. Right now, I will be opening the lines, and we'll have people to call in. If you were trying to call in yesterday and you couldn't get in because of the number of callers, you can still do that today. And if I notice you, and if you're still having that challenge, I will try to call you back in order to give you the opportunity to express yourself and air your views. Things that you want to say. Probably you wanted to say them yesterday, you couldn't say them, and you think they are still potent for you to say today, then you can go ahead and say it. So the line to call is +45 7164 5962. +45 7164 5962. You can only get us on Signal. That is the place that you can call this line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Thank you so much. This morning message is going down direct. I want to thank every principal officer in IPOB. I want to thank God for preserving the life of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to thank our Biafran brothers. My name is Samuel Hiro Okonkwo, and I'm from Omambala. I want to thank every of indigenous person in Biafra land who observed the ghost town yesterday. Why we said sit at home is so that you will not suffer bodily harm by Nigerian government, because they are looking for a way to dent the image of IPOB, to present us against the people. It is obvious that those who are highlighting those attacks are those who are against what we are doing. It should send the message to you, because they are the ones that masterminded this. The people who are bringing war to our land are our saboteurs, not even our enemies. And don't worry about them, because they are the ones, their activities and their actions will prove us right. When anything, if any attack happens and there is a recording of it, know that it is a coordinated action. Because for people who are, if IPOB is enforcing anything, who will have time to record anyone? The IPOB doesn't, and the IPOB sat at home. Our people should open their brain. When you say sit at home simply don't go out. It is an order given to IPOB people. So if hoodlums, government hire thugs, kill or torture anybody or destroy any property, you should know that it is the handwork of those people, because IPOB is inside the house. It is common sense. And those of them who are saying it is ESN have uniform. Those people who shot at you, they don't have ESN uniform. If Nigerian army wants to kill you, they go through the saboteurs in our land, and they will be the one to highlight that. And any Biafran activist, any day your topic or what you're doing is being presented or viewed or being played by our saboteurs, our critics, know that you are deviating from that, from what we are doing. You need to call yourself to order, because any day we start hearing singing of glory of what you are saying from our enemies, we begin to suspect you. Our people are very sensitive, and we know it. Why we said sit at home for one day out of your business days is because they are killing us. They have marked us out for death, and they are killing us. They see us as their eternal enemy. They saboteurs. They say they believe in one Nigeria. We are not killing them, but we say we believe in Biafra. They are killing us. So when we say sit at home, it's so that they will not provoke us into war. If we tell you to sit at home and you say you don't want to sit at home, then you are telling us that when they shoot at indigenous people of Biafra, we will shoot them back and they will bring war to our land. Then you will run away from that. You will not even think about business anymore. You will think of how to preserve your life. So staying at home is sacrosanct. Is for peace to reign. Sit at home. If you are bothered of the sit at home orders, pressure your governors, pressure those saboteurs that are approaching you, to pressure the zoo government to grant our referendum and free our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Anybody who is listening to all the saboteurs, you have DOS. Any advice? Why our people are gossiping too much is because they want to be taking advice from those who are not fighting for freedom. You see a person who is not an agitator, you as an agitator, a Biafran, you will go to listen to such advice from such person. We have the advice, all the advice you need will only come from DOS, not from those who are not agitating for anything. They don't know our strategy. Africa have never witnessed a successful freedom fighting. So those people who are trying to put their opinion, if they knew better, why didn't they come out to fight for freedom? But they will not. So as IPOB is, we are the only people that have the structure to get freedom successfully. Our method is hitting them hard, and any method, any approach we explore, and these people are castigating it. Know that approach is working. We must intensify it, because that is what will give us our freedom. Their gossip can never do anything to us. We are not the one that are going to kill all the saboteurs or the people, saboteurs people in our land. Our enemies will kill them, to use them to send a message to dent our image. Don't worry about us. We know how to exonerate ourselves from crimes we didn't commit. So I thank all our indigenous people of Biafra. You are making us proud, and I want us to coordinate massive protests across the globe so that the whole world will still be hearing our voice. As the zoo is committing crime in our land, we will be making noise in their countries, and they will bring their satellite into the zoo and see the injustice and the corrupt system, decayed system of the zoo system, and then we will come to our aid. Thank you so much, and God bless every Biafran. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. That's a very wonderful contribution. And I want the world to know, and I want our people most especially to understand that during this period, this lockdown is so successful that the news wasn't just carried by Zoom media or by our own Biafran activist stations or social media platforms. It was carried out by different nations. Even in South Africa, in South Africa news, they also carried out this news. Okay, and then another African news called TW Africa. They carried the news. These people are tricky. I don't know who they are serving. They carry the news, but they twisted it and said that IPOB is a political party. We are not a political party. We are fighting for the freedom of Biafra, not a political party in Nigeria. We are not in the zoo. Thank you. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Ghosts. Your name and where you calling from? Hello? We cannot hear you anymore. Maybe I'll call you back. I think maybe there's a little challenge with the network and we may have to call him back. I think he has some announcements to make. But we'll have to move on. So, as I was saying, we are not a political party. So when DW Africa gave that news and they were saying that a political party, Indigenous People of Biafra, it is not a political party, mind you. Indigenous People of Biafra is a freedom movement. It's a movement for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra is the country that existed before the zoo called Nigeria. Okay? Biafra is a country that existed before the zoo called Nigeria. And after Britain, who became those that forcefully colonized us, joined us with other people, and after a while, 7 years after the so-called independence of the zoo called Nigeria, which I call the local rule. Okay, after the local rule, after 1960, October 1st, 1960, where Britain gave the zoo called Nigeria a local rule, our people discovered we cannot function with these people. We can't work with them. 7 years afterwards, we decided to go back to how we were before these white-skinned men came to capture us and force us to be with strangers. So Biafra is a country. You can say it is defunct, but Biafra is a country. And what we are doing in IPOB, the Indigenous People of Biafra, what we are doing is to restore Biafra. Not in the structures of 1967 to 70, because in 1967 to 70, we did not have the time to stabilize, because we were still functioning with the same structure that Britain left with the zoo, and the zoo left with us. During the period of war, what we're after was just to win the war. So we are not going back to that structure of Britain that we operate in that they still used against us, because it's the same structure that they used to undo us. That is not the structure. We're not going back to the structure of 1967 to 70. That is not what we want to restore. What we want to restore is Biafra, the free Biafra before the white-skinned men came to Africa to change our way of life and how we operate. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hey, Mazi. Good morning, sir. Mazi.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. Go ahead, the world is listening. Your name and where you're calling from. You have 3 minutes for your contribution.
Okay, thank you very much, my Africa. My name is Nkochimezi. I'm calling from Ghana. I'm from Ohaji Boma. Ohaji Boma is in Imo Province, Biafra land. You know what your analysis this morning? I want to urge all Biafrans from the hinterland and coastal region. Biafra that we are pursuing is number one, God's kingdom on earth. And in Biafra land, let us know that there will be nothing like these people, they are marginalizing us. There will be nothing like these people are minority and these people are the majority. All of us are equal in the presence of Chukwu Biama. Every man, every woman are equal. And every region will control their resources.
And we are all majority on our land.
Yes, we are majority in our land, in our own land. So you control your resources the way how you want it, you know, but you must use it well. We can't misuse our resources like the zoo that we say they are owning and they will just share the money without anything. They will not build anything. But our own, you will control your oil and use it and do things for the people of your region. So we should stop being afraid, you know, that Igbos will do this or do that. We are all the same people. Igbos and others are the same people. So you should wake up. Those in the coastal region should wake up and join the struggle and represent yourself, because nobody will come and represent you. You're the one that will come and represent yourself. Ijo, Ibibio, Ishekiri, the Anang, the Ogojas, the Godomigodo, all of us who represent ourselves. So now is the time for you to come and represent your region. Every region should represent themselves. You know, stop being afraid. Nobody will do you anything. Nobody will dominate you. In our audition, even I have never seen what people dominating. They say they are dominating. It's lie. Just that Igbo people are very hardworking people. You know, because of their hard work and the intelligence they have. You know, they know how to apply things. They are not domineering. You understand? But because of the knowledge they have, that is why there are people shouting they are domineering. So come and represent yourself in what you are fighting. It's not, don't wait until we restore Biafra. Don't wait until the IPOB restore Biafra. Don't wait until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu restore Biafra. Represent your own cry. Represent your own region now, so that we fight. And you know what we are fighting is not only present, but what we are fighting is for the future generation to come. You know, so that when they come, they will not suffer the way we are suffering in Nigeria. When they come, in the midst of resources which we have, in Ohaji Ebema, we have best gas in the whole of Africa. But go to Ohaji Ebema today, you see we have nothing there, nothing, not even a road. Then come talk of having electricity. We have nothing. Our children don't go to school. Go and see water they are drinking. You know, but when we restore Biafra, all these things will be a bygone. You know, we need to develop our land like the white develop theirs. So let's come out and support the struggle. And I will use this opportunity to appreciate Biafrans yesterday, those in Biafra land. At least people made us proud yesterday. We are proud of all of you. May Chukwu Kabema bless all of you that obey the sit at home. May Chukwu Kabema bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for that contribution. And that's a nice one. God bless you. God bless you. That's a very beautiful one. And we are going to take a little break. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good
Am I
morning.
coming out clearly? Am I coming out clearly?
Yes, you are clear. The world is listening.
All right. Dear friends, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Ibeson calling from Biafra land. So I just didn't listen to your analysis this morning on my African rep, but I have a contribution to make. I want to tell our people that am I coming out clear? Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, you are coming out clear. Just keep talking. The world is listening.
What I'm saying, this is Ibeson. This is Ibeson.
We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you.
What I'm saying is this. What we are fighting for is not only just to restore Biafra. We are restoring Biafra, but we should not fail to know that what is ahead of us, that Fulanis are trying to attack people in the whole of Nigeria. So, and their intention is to kill and to maim people in order to take up the land. So we should now come together to resist this that is coming out. So what I am saying, we all should join hands together. We all can join hands together right now to stop this mess. And our leader has made everything very clear that everyone should mind our resources. So we should not be afraid this time around. And again, what I want to say, please, my African rep, Mazi, in those areas that people did not fully comply, let us check out. I want to see that suggest that the Radio Biafra might not be working in those areas. So if there's something to be done, that they get the information, because information is power to stop that will make them to join in all what we are doing together. Thank you, and Chukwu Okobo bless each and every one of us that are coming out to fight for the defense of our Biafra land. Shalom.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. That's a very wonderful suggestion. And I want to encourage our people. If you can do anything to assist to ensure that this message spread. Like many places in the coast, we are still yet to have our radio. Okay, many of us are trying to put efforts together. If you can also try to ensure to see how you can push as well to get it done. So people can also follow up. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice.
Hello, good morning, my African.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm fine. My name is Mazi Nnamdi.
Okay. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, continue.
Okay, my name is Nnamdi Kanu. So I like your submission this morning, but what I can say about so what I can say about that is that the coastal Biafra needs education. What I mean by education, we need to open Radio Biafra at the voice of okay. We need to open Radio Biafra across the coast. Like some of us, like me, I started listening to our leader I started listening to our leader in 2019. So, but he opened my eye to many things. Even in the Netherlands, most of us, we heard stories from our parents, but it was when our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, started preaching that most of us become educated on what is happening and what we need to do. So if the whole coastal Biafra can have Radio Biafra, I believe you educate the population more and they will know how to take their right from the leaders. So that is first. Secondly, I want to talk about these people castigating iPod. These people, they are Igbos, and some of them, they are from Biafra. They are evil. Because how can you, when we are killed in Enugu, we are killed in Ebonyi, we are killed in Olu, they say, they keep mute, they will not say anything. But when iPod declares it at home, they start wagging their tongue on Facebook, on social medias. These people, I see them as people that are cursed. They are really cursed, but I don't know the kind of blood flowing in them. But by the grace of Chukwokike Abiyama, we will get Biafra. So if they want, they can relocate to the north and live with the Fulanis. Well, thank you, my African rep.
Thank you very much.
Mazi Nnamdi. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Obona. That's a nice contribution. You know, not you know, in every movement, in every society, there are people that their own is just to talk, their own is just to criticize. Some people they will just criticize, no matter what you do, whether what you're doing is good, whether what you're doing is not good, they will just criticize it. Okay, so I don't really take such people so seriously, but when they do, we have to clear the air so that people will understand and not be deceived. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello, can you hear me? Are you having challenge with the network?
Can you hear?
I can hear you, or I heard you, but it seems like I can't hear you anymore. It is breaking. Yes. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Just keep talking. Oh, sorry. Maybe you can try doing voice notes and so I can play it when we have a little leisure time. Sorry, it was difficult. We couldn't hear him. Okay, it's a pity. We couldn't hear him. Okay, somebody dropped his opinion. He said, "There's no method or approach you will use that saboteurs will not have excuses against you. So our leadership should not listen to the advice of our enemies. Let's use our master plan according to our scheme of freedom fighting, not how to suit saboteurs." Of course, definitely, we are not going to suit saboteurs. Okay, let me call this brother that tried to call and couldn't get through. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. I discovered since you were having challenge with your network.
Yeah, Mazi TAMI REMY, good morning once again. I remember Zekroreke. I hear from Omake and all of his Biafra land. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Your members of the Should Praise Honor. And we appreciate the broad leadership, the intelligent DOS we have, fanaticals none of all over the world. We appreciate all of you. Mazi, it was not a natural problem. Cost came in, you know, and what we are doing is not easy. Okay. Yeah, Mazi, before I put my take, I have to make this a vital announcement, which is very, very paramount to all of us now. This is about a Biafra Women worldwide rally coming up in UK, London, precisely on the 29th and 30th of September ends on the 1st of October. It's 3 days power packed rally. Mazi, our leader says when our women came out that the Biafra is here. Now, the woman leader in America, Mrs. Bridget Okafor, and her sister are organizing this rally, and they're coming down to UK on this 3 days power packed on 29th of September, 30th September, and on the 1st of October. They are calling all our sisters all over the world to identify with them. And we're speaking to some of the national coordinators around the world to do the needful, and I will leave the number they will send us. Every country must send us 2 women that will represent in this time. The meeting has been going on Saturday, 4 p.m. Biafra time. Is the 3rd time sitting that we'll be having. And the essence of this rally again is to tell British, because they are the people holding us. British is in charge of what is happening in Biafra land. The invasion of our leader, British have hand in it. The oil spillage, the pollution that's happening in Biafra land, they are caused by Britain. The kidnapping, the abduction, and above all, for not allowing us to develop our place, taking out our resources. These are the things they want to put the whole world, and you see, it will be a very nice one. So we are calling our people, anywhere you are in the world here, please call this number and send the number of your woman leader. There are 2 women that will represent you, that will propagate that gospel in each countries, and as well join them in their WhatsApp group and in Zoom meeting that will be coming up. A lot of power packed program is there. It's not everything we say here. And the number to call is +49 157 888 20886. I will repeat it gradually. +49 157 888 20886. The second number is +45 91 777 659. This is our WhatsApp number. Send the 2 women in this number, or you call. It's only on WhatsApp. And Mazi, about the seat at all, it was 100% and over. But we are not going to rejoice until we achieve our purpose. What is our purpose? Unconditional release of our leader, and probably he's coming out with our referendum. This is all we are asking. So our people continue doing the needful, because a graduate is a graduate. When you put to fire, small is growing. This is what we are doing now. Let our people be more resolute now, more dedicated and more committed and more focused on this sit at home. You better watch it. We are not begging you to see. It's your right. It's not your privilege. If you come out, of course, by now you must have learned some lessons. So please, Honorable David, let us do the needful. I have to leave it. I remember Mazi Chronic. Thank you. I'm going to continue to strengthen you and drive their course. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that wonderful announcement. And I will encourage all our people to ensure that all our women, as we are picked to represent wherever you are, it is very, very important that you respond. Okay, it is very, very important that you respond to that call. Very, very, very important that you respond to that call. So I want to see the videos of how our women flood the United Kingdom, and there is no space for their streets. Let them know that we are serious. Because if you do not show that you're serious, these people will keep on playing with our intelligence. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, Mazi Teddy.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
I want to thank you so much for your good work. I've been following you, I've been listening to you, and I want to say that God will continue to bless you.
Yes, sir.
And also, I want to encourage you, because as for the Riverine area, the gospel has not And I would remember when our leader started his broadcast. But I believe so much that as time goes on, it will get in, and we will have a positive response over there. So be courageous. Thank you very much. I want to talk to Biafras because I have been following our leader from his teaching and everything. He has really opened our eyes, and I now realize that Britain are still in charge of the zoo. Well,
Yes.
no, when they come in our area, first of all, they recruited the Ghanaian youth and they armed them with gun. They are going to suppress us and they bring this demonic structure called Nigeria into existence. That is the same thing that they are doing. Exactly, that is what they are doing. And the method they are using it now is that they know that the Fulani gender way they are Lamajiri, they do not know anything. Tools they are using to accomplish that they are evil, want to promise them that they are going to fail because Chukwukikobiama is on our side. We must we must be free. And also, last time I was calling, but the network couldn't allow me to say a lot of things that I want to say. I want to encourage people.
Oh, it seems we're having a little network challenge again. If you can hear me, you can shift.
This is what
Okay.
I remember that Biafrans are having because God has already revealed to me. In a dream, I had a dream. There was a very big lion just appear. That lion surface, and the Fulani people rush that lion and destroy it. And when they come in our side, we are very afraid. And I know that what God is telling me is that we are so much afraid. I'll be praying for it that God should move the spirit of fear.
For our enemies, we do not exercise any fear before our enemies, and in due time, our enemies will fall before our feet like a pack of cards. Our enemies will fall before our feet. Let me play this audio.
Hello, Mr. Harry. Good morning, sir. My name remains NNAMDI'S mother. Sir, good morning, however, dear friends. Good morning, my lovely father and a perfect man on earth, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We love you from here. You watch her precisely. Sir, I just want to say something quickly as regards to the presentation, talking about the 3 persons that were being murdered by the zoo police. So my question goes this way. Is IPOP per se, yes, is IPOP still terrorists? And if we are not terrorists, why will the governor not talk about that person that has been killed, those people that have been killed? Why won't he refer it as an unjustful law taken against the humanity? Now, some other person somewhere, I don't know the state this thing happened. Maybe.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Mazi, good morning to you. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning from here. Go ahead, the word is listening.
Okay. Mazi, thank you so much, my leader. Thank you so much because I believe that your words, your teachings are thinking. You're taking it from the grassroots. Please, I will request one day from you, if possible. My name is Mazi. I'm calling from my location. There's a teaching that our leader taught us one time. He was talking about we are all Igbos, and he went we went in to dig our history and where we're coming from, and I understanding from then that so-called South East, we are all from the same family. You go and look at it very well, you find out, you dig it deeper, you find out that we are all Igbos. It has been documented for thousands of years, and we think one day you should teach us one more time on how we Ijo, Urobo people, Efi, and the rest of them, we are all the same family. Just moving from interland to the coastal region, because this thing of this thing, sometimes I feel very uncomfortable with it when they are saying this is Igbos, and then when you go to some part of Enugu State, somebody from Imo State cannot even hear what they're saying. But when somebody from Ijo speak, and over a man or an Abia man can hear the person more than hearing the person that they say is an Igbo who is from Enugu or part of Abia State. I've been saying that. I also want to remind our people this morning that our people went out. Some of the people that went out yesterday, like for something we saw.
Before you get into this, I just want to say a little thing. I am in my previous broadcast, maybe some months back. I have talked extensively on this, but it is from what you're saying. It is obvious some people didn't get it. I'll still find time again to touch it. Okay. In fact, what to say sorry, I discovered some few years ago that what to say sorry in my own dialect. Okay, in my dialect, not what most Izon people use, but in my own dialect in Izon, what to say sorry is the same way that some people in Enugu State, you know, from Bayelsa, people in Enugu State, the same way they say sorry. That's what we say sorry in Enugu State. And some other part of people, and they use exactly the same word. And I begin to wonder. So don't worry. I have talked about these things extensively, but I'll still find time again to talk about them. So continue with what you wanted to say.
Thank you so much. So that you can down this tension of the Igbos, because sometimes when we speak and we use it as a reference, and I begin to wonder if we have understand the teachings. I know you have spoken about it, but we keep on hammering it and bringing the unity through the radio. Then I wanted to say something about these particular people on the road to Akwa Ibom. That some of the kekes, I don't know if those ones are the ones that the governor of Abia State gave money to go and ride the keke. I want to remind them, if there is anything we can do to them to understand what we are talking about, let's do it for them to understand. Because I think that some of them are very foolish. Like they don't know that some of the people that have died in this struggle are also keke drivers. Some of them are working with them before they join the struggle. And the struggle is not for one people. And actually the struggle is meant for them to stop driving keke. And we can have RTB buses for them to drive than driving keke and killing each other. When any of them is caught, I want to ask them to ask those people that are driving this when we say sit at home. The people that died, can they tell us where they are? Maybe they might have an answer to those things. Because since what we are saying, they don't understand it. And they want to collect money from the politicians and disobey the lockdown. They might not be very lucky next time to do what they are doing. So many people that went out of their houses, the people that went out from Owerri who never knew that they are going to meet their death on their way to Lagos. They can see what happened to them. Next time, they might not be very lucky. They might be on that keke. They will be born alive with that useless keke they are driving. Because I wouldn't know why our people are disobeying what we are putting in place in order to restore our land. But generally, I think 98% lockdown was achieved very, very well. And we are going to also remind the governors and whoever politicians that goes out there to tell our people to lock our people's shop with the NDA, LA, whatever agent they are, the army, to lock their shop because they obey the lockdown, that they are going to meet their Waterloo. That's all I wanted to say, my leader. Thank you so much for the teaching.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's a nice one.
Is he not one of those
actually
out there that say,
sorry, okay. Actually, when everybody sits at home, then they cannot lock anybody's They cannot lock anybody's shop. It is only mostly in the coast. That is where such challenges are, such fear. That's why you rarely find people sitting at home because of the fear. The fear that, oh, if I do it, how am I sure other people will do it? And all that. Governor Wike of Iguacha has threatened to shut down the whole market if the people obey lockdown order. Not this one, the previous one before this one. And all that threats in different other places, and the people are afraid. But in due time, all these things will be checked. Okay? Let me call somebody that wants to. Okay. I think he is on another call. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning to you, my African rep, Mazi Remy. My name is Onajite Higo. Onajite Higo is from the coastal region of Biafra and is all and Robo Biafran, speaking Biafran. Yeah, thank you very much for this great opportunity this morning. And I must appreciate your doggedness for your contribution, not just on the radio, but on the entire coastal region. Your efforts you've been putting on to make sure that our people wake up and they do the needful. I appreciate you for that, and I pray this morning that Oputamono Ogene will bless you and will help you steadfast.
Yes, sir.
So Biafra is restored and beyond.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Before you go ahead, I want you to greet at least greet our Robo brothers in Robo so that they'll feel at home. Okay.
Yeah. Our Urobo brothers. Okay. I will rather say Urobo Wado. Urobo Wado. Isetiri Wado. Isoko Wado. Izo. My brother, when I'm speaking, I believe I'm speaking to the whole coastal region of Biafra, because we believe that every coastal region are one, and every Biafrans are one. So that our Isoko brothers will understand the language we are using to speak to our Robo people, including the Izon. We understand the language we are using to speak to our Isekiri people. So for this reason, I have something very simple and very clear to pass to our people. And I am saying to our people this very morning, we have been saying we can do it, we can do it. And I believe this is the right time that everybody, every one of us, have to showcase what we are. We have to showcase what we are. We don't need to wait for anybody to help us to free ourselves. We don't need to wait for anybody to help us to free ourselves. The way the interland has put in their effort, the way the interland of Biafra has put in their blood, the way they have sacrificed everything, even when there is any kind of confusion, is those who are propagating lies and deceit. We must ignore them. We must stay fast, because if we miss this very opportunity, we are not going to get it again, and it is going to consume us. So that is the reason why we are not going to get any such opportunity again. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is live and healthy. We thank Oputamono, we thank Chukwu Kikabiama for that. And we are telling our people, everybody should start waking up. Everybody should start doing the needful. The whole of coastal region. we are in need of this very freedom more than any other person, more than any other region in the zoo contraption at large. So we must understand this. Those that have been assigned to work with us on ground, we should try and cooperate with them, no matter the discourse, no matter the propagate, the lies that they are propagating, that the zoo agent, from the traditional leaders to the ordinary people, to the political elite. We must make sure that we counter every lie that they are propagating in the midst of our people. And I use this opportunity to also greet all of our kings, Ayonabo, our OVAs that have turned into the struggle, that are supporting us, that are working with us, even the ones that are even pledging new to work with us. I greet every one of you. I greet your courage. I salute your courage. And I want you guys to understand that the person that they took one leg for water, consider saying the cash coup. And we should also ignore all those kind of mentality like we will win. We don't. I on Ajite, I don't do something that I don't involve in loose game. When I know a game, I know that in this very game, it will end. I will end as a winner. That is when I involve myself. And this very fight we are into, we will fight it to the last man standing. And this game, this very fight we are into, it is a win for us as a people. Don't doubt, no matter the threats that they may threaten you, even if now your cabinet member go sell you out, say you don't follow up, what will they do? Don't worry. If for you to leave the throne, leave the throne. If for you to leave the throne to save the life of your kingdom, to save the life of your unborn generation, you have to do it to make sure that you participate fully in what we are doing in the struggle. Our leader is in incarceration. He was adopted. He was kidnapped and sent back to Nigeria. These are two terrorist countries working hand to hand. And when you see black nations, you know that you have seen demons. And that was the reason why the white man said, devil is black. They understand what they are saying. But we are not going to be beckoning on that. We are not going to dwell on that. What is our target? What is our determination now? Is how to free our leader from the zoo contraption and as well free Biafra at large. And you must be a partaker of this. Because history, in the history of generation or to generations, history will recall to this very generation. History will recall to this very set of black people who is trying to free black people all over the world, not just Biafrans, not just the animals in the contraption called Nigeria, but to free black people, even those in America who thought they are in the Western world. Biafra, the IPOB is here to free every one of them. Both those who claim they are learned, including the animals who has found himself in position of president in America. We are here to free him. Being a president doesn't mean you are free. We see the way they intimidate him, kick him left and right, just for them to achieve their target. So being a president doesn't mean you are free. And that is what IPOB has come to do. As a king, we are here to free you, to free your kingdom. We are here to restore dignity and respect back to your kingdom. And if truly you love your kingdom, you should, I believe, freedom should be your priority for your people. Because you yourself as a king, you are not safe. You yourself as a king, you are not, in fact, you are not recognized as a king in your kingdom. So the only way, the only option left for you is for you to buy fully, not just doing like a Nigerian NEPA. Come today, no come tomorrow. If they call you today, you go there. Tomorrow, you no go there. We don't want such energy again. When you say you are with us, show it fully that you are with us. When we run to you, you support us in every aspect, both in the evangelical aspect, both in every aspect. Bring out all our able men, support them with whatever you have, let them defend our land. The Fulani are now invading the coastal region in mass. In fact, before now, they are using coastal region as a shield for themselves. So, as they believe that they've arrested our they've kidnapped our leader, they are now using coastal region. They are trooping into coastal region in millions. And I'm also using this opportunity to warn Okowa. By the time we will start striking, we are not going to come for you just like that, but we will make sure we go to anybody where, if you not say they live for Okowa house, maybe either as a family member or as a tenant, you rather vacate that place. Because when we come, we know wherever, every place that you have a property in Delta State, we know everywhere. In fact, in Biafra land at large, we are going to visit all those places, and we are going, anything we meet there will perish with that buildings. So it is a warning to you all. It is a warning to you all. You don't give our land to the Fulani Janjaweed, and if you do, because we know you will do, and when you do, we will come after you and after every other people like you. So this is the message I have for my people this very morning, and I cannot do without appreciating you, Kimowe Tari Remy, because you have been an inspiration to a lot of us. You have been an inspiration for a lot, in fact, like a fuel to a lot of us, to keep on driving in that very coastal region, because our people are very useless and they are very, very stubborn. Of course, we have some of our people who are wonderful people. They are very good people. They have good heart, and they are buying into what we are doing. But your efforts, your steadfastness, have kept a lot of us going. And we will keep on going till our leader gain, or should I say, regain his freedom totally from his abductors. Thank you very much, Kimowe.
Thank you very, very much. That is a very wonderful rendition and a very sound warning to Dr. Okowa and every other saboteurs on our land. And these people, they should all take notes. If you want to give our land, to the enemies, then be ready to face the people. Because before we begin to face the enemies, we will face you first. That is giving our land to our enemies. That is a very sound warning, and I believe every other person has taken it. I am sorry for those that are calling now. We can no longer take the calls. The lines have been open for a while now, and people have been calling. It is a pity. It is late. We cannot take your calls for now. We're sorry, and we're rounding up this program. And this brings us to the close of today's program. And I want to thank each and every one of you that have been faithful, that have been listening to this program from the beginning, or those that have joined us one time or the other. Please stop calling the line. Please stop calling the line. The program is over. We are going to continue to